Sweetie darling, let me in. Hello, 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 and welcome, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your healing twin flame read mid-September, mid-October 2020. Just had to give you a little Jennifer Saunders there for you, a little ab fab, in a really good mood today. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me now, and I'm not wearing any pants. Yes, I am. I am. I'm wearing my jeans, but I'm not wearing any underwear. So there we go. I'm feeling my oats today. These twin flame reads have been quite the revelation this time around. My guides revised the spread yet again. We're doing an extended, and they're just a lot more fun because the focus of it has changed. But first, let me say thank you so much, my subscribers, for helping me get to this point in my YouTube career. Another couple of subscriptions every day. Slow and steady wins the race. I am a Virgo. It's fine. You know, we're the Knight of Pentacles. That's how that rolls, us Virgos. So very, very thankful for every subscription, every like, every comment, and every time you hit that note, well, you only hit the notification bell once, but every time someone does, an angel gets their wings. So thank you so much for that. And if you are new to my channel, I hope you enjoy this. I'm enjoying doing this. Really, I'm shooting for 30,000 subscribers so that I can have the membership thing. You hit the join button, so then I can have all the extended readings here instead of on Vimeo, but you will notice a link below for the extended reading. Cool, cool. This is a twin flame healing contract reading. In other words, we're going to look at one of your many twin flame contracts, and that's the thing. There's a redefinition of twin flame and soulmate. There are links in the description box below. Go check them out. This reading may not be what you're looking for. Otherwise, chances are you're looking more for a soulmate read, and I do those too. Just check my back catalog. There are playlists for all of that stuff. Cool. What we're looking at is a 13-card spread to look at how you can heal in your twin flame contract. Now, just to say quickly, the soulmates and twin flames are both soul contracts, but the difference is soulmates, you help each other heal. Sounds lovely. Twin flames, you teach each other how to heal yourselves. Looks good on paper, not great in life, right? Because they cannot give you the love that you want. They give you the love that you need, which sometimes is tough love or none at all or anywhere in between, right? So they also are not just romantic, sexual. My father and I had a twin flame contract. He has since crossed over, and our relationship is much better now. Certainly. My mother and I are soulmate contracts, so you get that, right? You have many of them. And twin flames, if they do anything, they teach you how to be a mate to your own soul. So you might want to go check out the To Be a Soulmate reads that I did specifically for that purpose. Otherwise, we're going to look at a twin flame contract. Divine feminine on this side, divine masculine on this side, as we do on YouTube apparently. But really, party number one, party number two. I define myself as a divine feminine, usually, because look at the work I do. It's very intuitive, very yin, very spiritual, because I gotta. Like, how do I pull this off without, well, let's just say a Virgo regimen of spiritual practice, yoga and drinking water and prayer and all that. But anyway, to kind of move forward into this, looking at it as how can I heal myself in this twin flame contract regardless of what the twin is doing. So you might have a little time figuring out which one you are, divine feminine, divine masculine, right? Because if I didn't have divine masculine energy, I couldn't be doing this YouTube read and put me in the relationship with the guy. I'm daddy suddenly. So there you have it, divine masculine, divine feminine. Let's get up in this gig. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs because you have other twin flame contracts that you can learn to heal yourself with. Also helps understand the relationship patterns a little bit better. Otherwise, just stay in the present moment, breathe, and we'll do this. Take a nice deep breath. I know an extreme amount of extrapolation just to get to the big deep breath. But here we go. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. I do give good description box. Let's have fun with this. Particularly because we are doing Sagittarius, my collective guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors. Please, I need 2 cards, the divine feminine and the divine masculine in this Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless. This is not about biological gender. This is about energetic, dynamic 2 archetypal patterns in which any of these archetypal patterns can fall. What is the dominant soul power that each one of these twins is alchemizing from lead to gold, shadow to light, toxic to healthy? September, October 2020 are timeless. There's the divine feminine, and here's the divine masculine. A lot of talk, but we got it done. What do you want? It's prayer. Okay, we've got the Avenger, the divine feminine Avenger, which the Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, dressed well. Definitely something I've seen in Divine Feminine. I'll explain the shadow and the light on this in a minute, because we've got the hero and the, or heroine, right? The hero-heroine archetype here for the Divine Masculine. You've got an Avenger and a hero. This sounds like a movie. Do you know what I mean? An Avenger and a hero cross paths on the twin flame contract, right? So here we go. Now, the shadow is supposed to be toxic. This is what you are healing in this relationship within yourself. Heal yourself, right? Resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Check. We know that. We see that. It's on the planet. Light attributes. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And this is huge on the planet right now, the Avenger. Well, I just had a conversation with somebody early today, a Sagittarian, who's probably watching this as a matter of fact. Why so many superheroes in the past 100 years? Superheroes didn't exist more than 100 years ago, maybe. Please don't drag me on comic history. I can barely remember where my keys are, okay? I'm 52 years old, but I look good, so, you know, points. Points for Ravenclaw. Of course I'm Ravenclaw. But why is that? Because archetypally it's speaking to the time that we are in. These patterns are within us. To be the Avenger, the Divine Feminine Avenger, and to pair that with the Divine Masculine Hero, this feels epic. Faith no more. Shadow attribute, escapism and false sense of heroism. We see that, right? Heroes that are just like, well, whatever's gonna happen's gonna happen. Let me go watch TV, right? Instead of taking the hero's journey, right? The hero always refuses the call of the journey at first, and then chaos and destruction happens. Star Wars first movie, go watch it. But then that false sense of heroism, and that takes many, many, many forms in the shadow, but in the light, this is magnificent. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. In other words, it's not the rescuer. The rescuer is a different archetype. It's not the Avenger. The Avenger is another archetype, and that's why the difference between the two are not so minute as you think. But the thing is, they both share the same archetypal family. They're both in the action family of archetypes. So this could be 2 men, 2 women, male, but definitely feels very second wave, feels very divine masculine in the sense of being social justice in the yang, the external. But let's keep going. Because those are so similar, I mean, they're even the same archetypal family. Well, we're going to do this anyway. 5 Daughters of the Moon Tarot to clarify fire, earth, air, water, spirit for the divine feminine. 5 cards from the Mythic Tarot to clarify fire, earth, air, water, spirit for the divine masculine. Let's take a nice deep breath and get these on the table. I'm going to get all 10 of them on the table, and then we'll flip them over element by element. It's more fun that way. Breathe. Breathe for justice, my divine feminine. Breathe for your path of personal empowerment, divine masculine. My goddesses of fire and the sign of Sagittarius, please, I need 5 cards for this Sagittarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame, contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020, or Timeless, please. 5 cards, element spread. What is their element? I'll put this down here. Element of fire, felt that. What is the Divine Feminine's element of earth? I'll take that. Another riffle. What is the element of water? Well, air, sorry. I know it's in order. You know what's coming next better than I do. Element of water, element of spirit. The point of view of the soul or the spirit that agreed to the contract. Let's do this. The Divine Masculine, same thing, but my gods, Zeus in particular, who is the solo occupant of the throne of Sagittarius in my pantheon. Please, beloved gods, divine masculine collective, can I please get 5 cards? Element spread for this divine masculine hero archetype in this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020. You want that one for fire? That's his element of fire. Remember, I'm saying her and his just to keep it straight in my head. What is his element of earth? I can feel that one poked me in the palm. We like when that happens. Element of air, please. Yes, this feels very randy, very fun energy since I hit the camera, the record button. Element of water, and again, please, element of spirit. Okay. Yeah, this feels jovial. And Jove is the name of Zeus. A name of Zeus. By Jove. By Jove, I think he's got it. Or is that Juno? No, Juno's Roman Hera. Okay, sorry. Mythologically based. Element of fire. What is it that they both desire? Oh, well, she wants the card of the universe. She wants the end of something, but maybe the end of a cycle, a chapter. Personal growth, a completion, resolution, closure on something in order to then move forward. Now, not so much the death and rebirth of the phoenix, but more like the 11:59 and I'm trying to stay alive midnight, right? And then 12:01. That's sort of maybe there's maybe wants to get to a completion, a closure here, but ooh, this heroine over here, Divine Masculine, has the 7 of Swords. Now, if you're not familiar with the 7 of Swords, it's tricky, it's sneaky. Maybe not always outright deception, but willing to be a little stealth in order to get things done. Now, that's what they want. That may not be what they're doing. Now, I just want to briefly talk about the hero archetype in a very small portion of this. And this is something that I knew, but that Matt Kahn really, I talk about him a lot. His healing mantra card will be the last card down in this spread. We think people are born heroes, and that's true. But many of them go through a villain stage, right? They have to learn how to abuse their personal power before they learn the right use, or righteous power. But we have issues about that word righteous too, right? Like that word has not gone well for those of us burned at the stake, etc. throughout the histories, righteous anger and all that. So keep that in mind. There might be a little bit, I don't know if it's abuse of power, but wants to maybe keep something on the down low. I don't know necessarily deceptive, but it feels like secret, right? Like a hero on a mission. They got to go stealth every now and again. Maybe not so much in a twin flame contract, though. Let's have a look-see-took-see what they have, the element of earth, to get them what they want. Divine Feminine has the Ace of Pentacles, Nuqua. Very centered, very grounded, but a stable, solid beginning. So, what's interesting, she wants the completion of a cycle, but she's at the beginning of a cycle of earth. This would be the cycle of spirit, right? The major arcana. So more of a life issue, maybe a larger, oh, they're giving me the word, like a major chapter in the book of her life she wants closure on, but she's got the seed. She's got the foundation there. Now, of course, if you're waiting for that seed to bear fruit, I get what you mean. You kind of want things to move on, to move forward, to complete this. But your solid foundation is there as an Avenger, and keep that in mind. There's something here about balancing the scales of justice. Not seeing that just yet, because the Divine Masculine, what he has to get him what he wants is, which is that stealth thing, is to chill, to hang out, or literally the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is also usually about a sacrifice of some kind. Usually a sacrifice of a point of view, right? Seeing things differently, which in my experience with Course in Miracles, that's the true miracle. The true prayer for a miracle is, God, Goddess, whoever, whatever, help me see this differently, right? Help me see this, heal my thinking on this, which maybe is part of that too. And certainly this can be a card that points towards introspection, but what I'm getting here right now is that they really don't know what to do. That they sort of have to hang out. Now, here's what I'm hearing. I haven't heard this for the Hanged Man in a while. Wait on the will of heaven, right? It's just like, okay, you show me. You show me. It's a card of surrender, but voluntary surrender. Although in this card it's Prometheus chained to a rock in Tartarus, so a bird will peck out his liver once a day because he stole fire and gave it to man. Choices. Okay, let's look at your element of air here, you two. Well, our third major arcana card on the table for the Divine Feminine, she's thinking the Witch, the card of the Magician. It's in her mind, the process of manifestation of the thought, air, the inspiration, the desire, the fire, the emotion, the water, and the manifesting it into earth, being a channel of manifestation, something into form by will. It is something that's chosen. It's the first card, technically, of the major arcana. The Fool is not the first card, it's the 0. We're looking at the Magician, the Witch here in terms of taking an inspiration and bringing it into physical manifestation. Remember, she's got the Ace of Pentacles here. The Ace of Pentacles to me will always be an acorn. Within every acorn is the potential of an oak tree, but does it get to oak tree? But once it does, it releases billions of oak trees over its very long lifespan, right? So something can be grown here for sure. And if she wants to, this could be, I want this twin flame over with so that I can start this new thing. And it's in her mind, that manifestation, just because, I mean, and really the card of the universe, particularly, look up Shakti, S-H-A-K-T-I, Hindu goddess, but also, I don't want to say a kind of energy, but a kind of energy, Shakti energy. You check it out. You'll get a deeper interpretation of what that means. If you're the Divine Feminine Avenger, or perhaps the Hero Crosswatcher, right? Because I gotta say, what I like about this Divine Masculine all of a sudden is he's thinking like a Libra. It's a Libra card, the King of Swords, right? Balanced, fair, intellectual from a point, but remember, Libra is ruled by Venus, so it can be the tempering of the cold logic of the mind, and, well, it's like in the Tree of Life, the Kabbalah, mercy and severity, right? That's the balance it feels like here, and thinking about it, and remember, we have a hero archetype here, that whether they are still in villain mode, there's no villain card in this deck, but there's one in the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, so we'll be looking at that in if that pops up in the extended. But they're both definitely in their heads about this, I guess, which would make sense depending on which one is the Sagittarian here. Well, what's the element of water? What are they feeling about all of this? And my Divine Feminine Avenger, you've got your third major arcana card, the card of strength. You have the courage to do this. May not have hit yet, may not have occurred yet, but you have the emotional fortitude and the strength to do this. Now, strength of this matter, like any other strength, comes over time, right? No one's born with courage. It is developed. There's no magic potion. Jack Daniels and Jose Cuervo aside, that's just temporary. It doesn't really work. You know what I mean? It's like we all have our things to try and trick us into our courage, but you've faced a lot of fear. You've walked through a lot of fire. You have the grace of fortitude and the heart chakra there to really endure. Draw upon the grace of the soul, the strength of the soul, a love beyond this world, because you're sort of doing that. Because as an Avenger, like there's work. There's definitely, you're trying to find fairness in your own life and in the world, but it also feels like in this relationship. And with 3 major arcana cards down out of 5, you're going through it. The Divine Masculine has the Ace of Cups. This is starting to feel romantic. It just is. And it feels like it's been turbulent, and it feels like it's been troublesome, although I'm not necessarily seeing trauma. We will do a past, present, future, simple timeline, both tarot decks in the extended. But there's an offer of love here, right? That Ace of Cups, that beginning, that seed of love. So they both have aces, her in earth, him in water, but like a Divine Masculine, think he's going to show it? Or do you think he's going to be like, let me think about this for another couple of years? Make sure I'm sure and balanced. You know, what do I want? Do I want Burger King or McDonald's? Burger King or McDonald's? I can't choose. This could be a Libra. Just saying, this could be a Libra. Bless their souls. We all need all 12 signs, right? Not so sure about Geminis. If I were to run for political office, my platform would be Geminis need to be supervised. Oh, ho, ho. Well, the point of view of the soul. I find this to be the most important card in these spreads, this position, I should say. The spirit card, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. What is the point of view of the soul that was chosen to play the role that you're playing, right? Like, that agreed on some level to this contract. We've got the Virgo card. So that says the message of, or point of view of the soul here is heal, darling. Be occupied with your own healing. Be occupied with your, well, occupation and health are connected. 6th house, Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I could talk about this forever. What you are occupied with affects your healing. Watch too much news. It's going to affect your sleep patterns now. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, right? Drink too much coffee. Are you, I mean, I'm very occupied with coffee. Look what I do for a living. But I'm also occupied with prayer and meditation and rest and Wim Hof and yoga and all this other stuff to keep all that in balance. So I'm very occupied in terms of my career, which a lot of people totally link their career to their occupation. You can see the connection, but I also want to say, this is horrible, but meth heads are occupied with meth. It ain't necessarily helping their health. There. But definitely there is a sense of service here as well. And Virgo is definitely known to be the servant of the zodiac in that sense. So the soul is saying serve you so that you can serve. Occupy yourself with what heals you. And it does feel like that. It's like, I don't feel like she wants to burn this guy to the ground. I feel like she wants a completion, a closure for her own healing to balance the scales of justice, right? And then whatever happens next, she's starting on a really good foot, right? That Ace of Pentacles. He's got the Four of Pentacles. So interestingly enough, the soul is saying, honey, not cover your heart. Keep some shit to yourself right now. Take care of you, right? Very similar. Now, I've never seen this before. Maybe there is a bit of Virgo energy here in the Four of Pentacles. It's Earth, right? Element of Earth. But that thing of, right, you used to sing this with the coins, mind on his money and his money on his mind, right? So it's kind of saying, stay inside yourself. Yes, there is this Ace of Cups, this Ace of Love, but it's an ace. Is this brand new? I didn't even think of that, right? Because I think of twin flame contracts as ongoing, but this could be a new one. Right? Wanting to clean something up. Well, look in the overview. We only have one more card to hit the table. I'm going to pop up the picture, but I'm starting to see this. They're giving me quantum branches. Like some of you, yes, have been together and are getting away, and some of you are coming together for the first time, though not ever in human history. I get that feeling too, particularly with an Avenger and a Heroine. It might be that the two of you have a mission together. But that need not necessarily manifest in the outside world as a romantic one. One more card down and then we'll jump over. Well, I'll pop up the picture and then we'll jump over to the extended because I have 9 decks of cards on the table and I'm using all of them for you, Sag, and all the other signs. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to ask the Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, right? The what did they call it the other day? They call it the Twin Flame Department, the Twin Flame Bureau of the Soulmate Contract. Ascended Masters, my beloved friends and Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this Twin Flame Contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020. Please, my beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra for either one of them? Doesn't matter who's watching this. If they work this mantra, it will move them forward in this, in closer to the completion. That's a nice way of saying it, of this twin flame contract. And if not the completion, so much as looks like the Divine Feminine wants, at least fulfillment of what they can do at this point. Please put it in my hand. Hearing inner guidance. This says to me immediately that even if this is new because of what's going on planet Earth right now, there might not be a lot of contact. There might be communication. I'm not seeing a block of communication. In fact, with this Seven of Swords here, it shows me that, yeah, there's some communication there, but limited. Maybe not the whole story altogether, which is borne out by this card of the Four of Pentacles. Let me read you the thing because I'm already doing the overview. My intuition flows whenever I am still, hearing inner guidance. This is more than just meditation. This is even being in the moment, right? This is not even about closing your eyes or meditating, right? hearing inner guidance. My intuition flows whenever I am still. When you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. It can be a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, or an enchanted idea that is delivered in your own voice out of the silence. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current circumstances or move forward into a brand new chapter. That's in here. It's on the table. In either case, this is an opportunity to further align with your soul by embracing your needs. Right? This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, becoming a better listener, and being more open-minded. Interesting. And I say that particularly in the case of whether to hunker down into where you are. And for many of us, it's just how it is. The world is demanding that of us right now. I think the path is demanding a lot of introspection for us right now. But it's finding stillness. All right, my intuition flows whenever I'm still. Now, I've had this ongoing relationship now with the praying mantis outside in my garden for the past 3 weeks, and it's been lovely. I've named her Zorak, because that's what you do, apparently. And every morning I'm out there doing yoga, and she's out there doing her thing, right? And of course, you know, I've been working totemic stuff the majority of my life. Stillness. Like listening. And you think, like when I hear something going on upstairs with my boys, I'm like, right, my kitty cat's fighting. Even my fingers go, right? Stillness. My intuition flows whenever I am still. Let's pop up the picture. This does make sense. Magic clap. We've got the Divine Feminine as the Avenger here. The shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. The light attribute, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And I would say or oneself there. What she's got to help her do that is, or what she wants, sorry, is to complete a cycle here. Now, as an Avenger, that could be, right, the scales of balance or justice, this chapter is closed, and what she has to help her get there is that Ace of Pentacles. So she's got an Earth card in Earth. I mean, she's got if she doesn't have Major Arcana cards here, she's got Earth cards. So something here about definitely a new beginning. So as the mantra card said, it's like to either hunker down or move into the new situation, right? Move into that. So there's definitely that moving forward as a result of wanting to close something down. She may not be aware, though, that the foundation is already laid there, or at least the seed of it. But she's thinking about it, right? The card of the witch, the card of the magician, taking the inspiration, bringing it into thought, bringing it into choice, bringing it into emotion. Can she bring it into form? That's not shown here, but it is shown that the seed is there. So the beginnings of this is here. So in a way, the Ace of Pentacles and the card of the Magician, card number 1, is in a way an ace. So the earth and the air is in alignment there. In the water, courage, strength. The strength card, can't beat that for an Avenger, right? This is somebody who's very bold and very strong and willing to do whatever is necessary, but I cannot help shake for, this is maybe for some of you, maybe for all of us on planet Earth. We've been through so much. We've faced so much fear, and we're still alive. Carolyn Mace in Entering the Castle, brilliant book, talks about 3 controlling fears. The fear of humiliation, the fear of chaos, and the fear of God. Fear of humiliation, she says, I hope you get humiliated and realize you lived through it. Well, that's true. Fear of chaos, we forget that chaos is just loss of control. So we're fear of losing control, but who said we were in control in the first place? Third is the fear of God, right? That there's this cosmic force that's angry at us. And they're just fears. They're not true. But it feels like there's a combination of those 3 here for a lot of the Divine Feminine Avengers here, because they have lived through so much, because they have balanced so many scales, and they have taken action for it, right? And maybe even been punished for it. Sometimes, like I said, the Avenger in its shadow side resorting to violence in the name of a cause. But remember, violence can be emotional violence, verbal violence, right? So not just about hitting people. And the voice of the soul here in the spirit position is the Virgo card. And I got to tell you, it's a lot softer, it's a lot calmer, and it's very much about taking care of yourself too, right? Virgo, the servant, serve yourself, fill the chalice to overflow, and give of the overflow. If you're pouring out to too much, I get that. It's part of your service, But what are you occupied in? Keep an eye on your health as a result, because the two are linked here. And part of what this twin flame contract is about, like that might be what you're here to learn, right? How to heal yourself. Well, there it is. Looking at this divine masculine hero heroine, the shadow attribute, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. Look what I did. Da, 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 da. You folded a towel. I mean, some days you have to do that. I get that. But also the escapism, right? It's like, well, rather than take the quest, I'm going to Netflix binge. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but is there a quest calling you? The light attribute, passion, for a journey of personal empowerment. Really read the 12 labors of Heracles, technically in the original Greek. He wasn't doing that to be a nice guy. He was doing it to get his godhood back, right? A path of personal empowerment. Now, what he has to help him get there. Now, this is the thing. It's to help him. Oh, sorry, the element of fire, what he wants here. The Seven of Swords is very much to keep things under wraps. I'm not so sure this is outright deception, though, if this is somebody who's really taking the path of personal empowerment. Look, I am not going to talk about starseed lineage to my mother. Right? You know, I love her dearly, but yeah, Mom, apparently I'm Lyrian starseed, which means you must be too if it's genetic. That's nice, dear, pass the salt. You know what I mean? It's like there are just certain conversations you don't need to have, and maybe if this is new, this hero might not be about, let me tell you everything about me 24/7 that has ever happened. It's a bit of a bore anyway, because what he has in the element of earth there is the hangman, hang back, hang out. I mean, be in communication. I don't feel like the hero would ghost somebody, but with that Seven of Swords, they really, really want to do this in a way that might be a bit stealth, but sometimes that's for the protection of the other person too, short or long term. It's a tricky, sticky wicket there. And with the hangman, it's saying, wait on the will of heaven. See things differently. Suspend this a little bit, because I see in the King of Swords he does want to do this fairly, right? There's a streak of justice in here as well for this hero heroine. If he's really thinking in terms of a Libra, now, or thinking like a Libra, maybe this Avenger, Divine Feminine, is a Libra. It would make sense with that desire to balance the scales of justice. But I gotta say, emotionally here, I mean, he's got an air card in the air position, a water card in the water position, and that water card is the Ace of Cups. There is a real spark of love here, I should say, a cup of love, right? Could be moved into something, but the feelings are real and genuine, and maybe, oh, well, maybe that's why the Seven of Swords, isn't it? Doesn't want to let on that. I think I love you. I think I love you. He thinks he loves her, but what is he so afraid of? Just a David Cassidy channeling. And what is the message of the soul there at the top? The Four of Pentacles, right? Saying, like, play this one close to your chest for a little bit. It's okay to be a little stealth. It's okay to be both Bruce Wayne and Batman. Although nowadays I think I'd rather do Tony Stark and Iron Man, but I'd do them both. Superhero three-way. But I kind of feel this, and of course my intuition flows whenever I am still. Both of them seem to be in a little bit of a timeout, and who isn't on planet Earth right now? I mean, I'm busy, but I haven't left my house all that much. So to find that stillness, to allow the intuition to take you through. Now keep in mind, the intuition linked to your power of self-esteem, right? So there's that you can work on to clarify that in the stillness, as well as knowing that intuition does not tell you the end of the story. It just tells you the next steps. That's all there is. And then you get the next, and then you get the next, and you get the next on the Avenger's journey and the hero's journey for this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, mid-September, mid-October 2020 or timeless. That was cool. I am psyched to see the extended here, because now, I don't know, this could totally be like, I don't know. I could see these as different comic book characters if I really went there, but I'll just bury that for right now. So here's the blessing. May the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need to learn, to heal, to grow, to become the best that they can be in their twin flame contracts, to heal themselves, to help heal what can be healed in the collective for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Really, check your spidey sense, honey. It's a tingling. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put up a preview for you at the end so you can see the first card down of the extended, an angel card. You'll see when you get there if you want to watch it. Otherwise, please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Help me get to 30 grand if you can. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all, my Sagittarians. Hail. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be. there, my Saggy Cocoa Pop. How y'all doing? Thank you for making the jump over to Vimeo.com for your extended healing twin flame read, mid-September, mid-October 2020 or timeless. Dealing with this divine feminine Avenger, which, you know, I can't not get like Scarlett Johansson out of my head right now. Totally Black Widow, particularly with all that major arcana going on there. And, you know, this divine masculine hero, which I don't know, it could be a little Hawkeye-ish. I love him. Shoot me, baby. Hit me with your best shot. So what we're going to do is we are going to use a bunch of other cards. We're going to be getting you a Healing with the Angels Oracle next to see what is the angel that's watching over you, kind of sort of the one that you could call upon. What is the Healing with the Angel Oracle going to do, but show you what angel is there to help you heal. Then we're going to take the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack to look at the problem going on currently in the Twin Flame contract and a possible solution. We're going to get a Kuan Yin Oracle for the overall divine feminine energy of the contract, Blue Angel Oracle, Archangel Michael, the divine masculine energy of it, and a Whisper of Love, the messages of the higher selves that I always do. And then we're going to get a 3-card timeline, past, present, future, the divine feminine cards, Daughters of the Moon, the divine masculine on top of them. We'll flip them past, present, future for both the inner and outer timeline. That's pretty good, huh? So let's take a deep breath. Here we go. My angels, I love you guys so much. Particularly the angels of fire. This is the Archangel Michael contingent pretty much. Please, my angels and archangels, one card in clarity for this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract with this divine feminine Avenger and divine masculine hero Heroine. Mid-September, mid-October 2020 or timeless. Who is the angel that's working with them? The angel of healing. Yes, which work. Excellent. So again, for the divine feminine there, with that Virgo card, that's definitely coming from a message of the soul. And I will say, now I can see it, this Four of Pentacles is not about necessarily withholding, right? But it's like you're going on a healing journey here, a journey of self-empowerment, you big hero, divine masculine, hero, heroine, depending on your gender, whatever. So this might be, play this one close to your chest right now. That might be the wise thing to do if this is new. I mean, even if it's a twin flame, you got to walk through the fire, got to walk through the twin flame contract to become the mate to your own soul and empower yourself both sides here. Interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. I've divided it into 2 decks. The Suit of the Problem, which is half the deck. Thanks, Chuck. It's good to know what the problem is. And the Solution, which is the remaining 3 decks. The Suit of Luck, the Suit of Grace, and the Suit of Healing. Let's get the problems for this one first. Now, just like the Healing Mantra card, Hearing Inner Guidance, this is the same collective. The Ascended Masters of Soul contracts, I like calling it the Twin Flame Bureau. It has a little a little feeling of the Umbrella Academy behind it, kind of, sort of. So please, let's take a nice deep breath and ask the Masters.